Welcome to Lesson 6, Putting It All Together. The 5 previous lessons have laid the groundwork for you to bring everything together to operate from a fully functioning home with your picket fence established and your power fully turned on. You have the blueprints and the basic tools. Your operating manual will be complete after this lesson. By the end of this lesson, you will have the guidelines for using your tools with boundary violators. You will know how to set limits with safe and unsafe neighbors. And you will possess a variety of communication techniques for preventing fence damage and power outages. Now, after this lesson, you will have the complete set of blueprints, tools, and instructor's manual to create and maintain clear boundaries in all areas of your life, in all situations. Let's get started. Throughout the day, we will face challenges of people pushing on our picket fences, whether intentional or not. Here are some guidelines for using your limit-setting tools with boundary violators. Attend to verbal and nonverbal matching. Do the nonverbals complement what's being said? Assess the communication style being used by the violator. You'll get a good idea about her motive from the style she's chosen. Clean versus unclean. An assertive style equals a clean motive. An aggressive style, an unclean motive. Having this knowledge will help you determine your response method. Determine safe versus unsafe. Does the sender display those safe traits? Non-judgmental, authentic, no triangles, etc. Or those unsafe traits? Judgmental, invalidating, triangles, etc. Be an observer and trust your gut. Stay in your adult. This is your power position. It is crucial that your adult does the assessment of the violation, the determination of the means to set the limit, and the action performed to do so. If not, your fence will begin to crumble under the pressure and your lights will start to dim. Remember, an adult is intellect over emotion, not emotion over intellect. An adult responds versus reacts. She thinks before she speaks. An adult has solid self-awareness and keen observation skills. An adult is not fear-based. An adult has unlimited choices. And an adult is skilled as a communicator. Now, know the 4 basic steps for saying no to someone. First, verbalize that you've heard the request. Second, briefly give a reason you'll be saying no. Third, kindly decline the invitation. And fourth, if genuinely intended, offer an alternative. Here's an example. The social committee at work wants you to be in charge of the games at the company picnic. You are usually the go-to person for getting things done, but you are overworked, overextended, and not feeling well. You say, I hear that you'd like me to take on this task. I've got too much on my plate right now, so I'm going to decline the position this year. Please keep me in mind for next year, though. Offering an alternative. Make sure you really mean it, though. No people-pleasing here. Okay, with these guidelines in mind, let's look more specifically at setting limits with safe and unsafe neighbors. We'll start with setting limits with safe people, those who are not intentionally pushing on your fence or maliciously throwing rocks at your house. Remember that you are ultimately responsible for keeping your fence intact. However, with safe people, you can assertively request changed behavior from them because they hear you and will make the change to get back on their side of the fence. Here's how you set the limit with that safe, picket-fenced neighbor. Share your observations, thoughts, feelings, and wants, and see how they will respond. Here's an example. Your significant other, noticing that you are regularly fatigued when you get home from work, says to you, you should quit that job. They're working you to death. You deserve better than that. I'll update your resume for you. Or even, I'll call your boss and give him a piece of my mind. Now remember, he is safe. He only has your best interest in mind. Wanting you to be happy is his bottom line. But clearly he is in your yard, ready to clean things up for you. You set the limit as follows. Honey, I can see that my work situation is bothering you by all the comments you are making and the advice you are giving me. That's your observation. I think it is sweet that you care so much for me to want to fix it for me. Those are your thoughts. I am feeling overwhelmed by your reactions, your feelings. What I would like is just to be heard so I can process my thoughts in order to see my options more clearly. Wants. The safe partner will say, I'm sorry, dear. Of course, just let me know when you'd like to talk. It is a connecting experience to set limits with safe people because they have your best interest in mind and will hear and change when a boundary violation is brought to their awareness.